my Glock Jam caliber Glock 23. And for those of you who don't know, this is a 40 cal, this is a 9mm. 40 cal is actually 10 millimeters, so it's a millimeter bigger, and it does have a little bit bigger case as well. Smaller. Look, I'm going to hook it down to this. Hitter. Let's see.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Oakland Raiders. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now, 56, Mike. We're good.
It's P-Ryan to begin the drive, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Check 24.
Here's P-Ryan. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, it's Grant. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
I saw this nigga type stupid or some shit, right? Nigga, you gotta fucking... I swear these niggas stupid as fuck.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now it's Ryan. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I
2nd and 11 now. Ryan got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but two Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7.50.
Hey, you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. It's a give to Freeman running right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. 6-0 our score after 1. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Tuesday, 21.
And now they'll run it here off tackle. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run here with Freeman. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What do we call them, run fits? Everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Ryan. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
We're good. 85. Hatch it. Later 8. Let's go.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go now. It's at the ending. Defense. Let's go, defense.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch one. Watch one. You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
Ryan. Caught by Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A nice pickup there, 18 yards. 1st down, Falcons. On 1st down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Check. Team skill. Gun. Switch. 58.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Deuce right, T. 93. Watch the shit. Hey, Alpha. Watch the shit.
On 2nd and 9. Carr looking downfield for Jones. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You go 51, Sam! 51, Sam! 25, check 25, check 25. Check your hot.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey, express! There's a part of that. Shift. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
To throw is Ryan. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create
really
or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Watch one. All day, dog. He's checking. Crash. Check 52. Check, crash. Get out.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Ready. Crunch time. Get done. 21. So nice number one. No game on this defense. No game. Hey. High 7.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far.
Fell into the
They
last
keep putting
game.
themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Bravo.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter now up in Seattle. The gap there has widened. The Seahawks just scored again. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's their quarterback with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. Now this time Carr will throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
54, South. Wait. Shoot. SOS. Wait. Switch.
Here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Third and long. It's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. Check 13.
On second and 11 now. Ryan, complete to Jones. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
Slap 51.
Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 41. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23.
45.
Here's Carr to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and a mile.
Check 45 to Mike. Hey, 734. Smith. Watch the slant. 45 to Mike. I'm coming. 45. Mike, 45. Watch QB drop. You're mine. 45 to Mike. That's it.
Now Carr. This one caught by Davis. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a fourth down now.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons will get it first and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Hey, wahoo!
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, this one caught by Ridley. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
54, South! Let's get it. Here we go. Here 51. 21. Run. Take 4. 36. No. Check. Mike 1.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Let's put that team on the bus. Hey, Ripley. Hey, exit.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan, and he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Freeman. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Hey, Ripley. Hey, bye.
Here's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that
way. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
51.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Raiders, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.